Shalom family, this is Humble One for Humble Family Ministries, back for another quick video on a word that the Father has shared with me time and time again, and it really just kind of hit me on my way to the gym for another workout. You know, sometimes because we're stuck in this flesh and, we're just so used to this physical world, we tend to see things on a physical level. And too often we see our own circumstances on a physical level, on that same level. And when we're worshiping a creator, a mighty one, who the scripture reminds us is spirit and not physical, it means then we have to kind of take this mind that is accustomed to the physical world and accustomed to touching things, smelling things, tasting things, hearing things, etc. And we have to condition this mind to get into that spiritual mindset. Again, the Father, who is spirit, spoke all that is physical, everything that we see around us, into existence. So when you ask that question, what really came first, the physical or the spiritual? It's the spiritual. So what takes precedence over everything in the universe? It's the spiritual. Sometimes we think it's the physical. It's the seeing of something, the touching or tasting or smelling or hearing of something that will make me believe that it exists. But see, Yeshua said to his Talmidim, or his disciples, his followers, blessed are those that don't see, but they still believe. So when we're going through things, and on this planet I've learned we're going to go through things, good and bad, ups and downs, highs and lows, mountaintops and valleys. We're going to go through things just like our muscles go through when we take them through an exercise regimen or a strenuous type of new exercise that we've learned. We're going to go through ups and downs in order for growth to occur. So in order for us to be the Father's children and to navigate through this physical and spiritual world successfully, we have to get out of that physical mindset and apply the spiritual that the Father has given us, wisdoms and knowledge and all that he has given us through his word, to our physical circumstances. So you might be one who's saying, I have no idea how I'm going to pay my rent or my mortgage or my car note next month. I just have no clue. Well, that's because you're seeing things in the physical and you're putting too much emphasis on your circumstances. That's your mountain. And if you're not careful, that can become the mighty one that you worship. So when your mountain is your perspective, you can't see what's over and beyond that mountain. So let the Father be your strong tower that you look at. Let the Father and all of the spiritual wisdoms and knowledge and tidbits that he gives to you through prayer to him and through his word be the pinnacle of what you see. Because there is no seeing beyond the Father. He is everything. He is the pinnacle. He is the top. He's the first and the last. He is the Aleph and the Tau, which are, the symbols of the Odeo that can replace the Greek words, the Omega, or the Alpha and the Omega. So stop applying the physical, natural mindset to your circumstances and start applying the Father's spiritual mindset to your circumstances. Again, you don't know how you're going to pay that car note. You don't know how you're going to pay your mortgage or your rent or what have you. But let the Father deal with you on that and see it in a spiritual way. The scripture says that we cast our cares onto him, for he cares for us. So cast those worries, those cares, etc. onto him and let him work that way through your belief and through your faith in him to get those bills paid and to be the resolution to the issues that you might be experiencing. And then, as these things continue to happen, and as the Father continues to bless you and bring about these resolutions and these many blessings, etc., your faith and your belief are going to grow, and you're not going to approach these circumstances the same way you did before with a natural mind. Now you'll approach them with that spiritual mind, knowing that the Father will handle all of your concerns if you faithfully give them to Him and trust Him to work them out. I truly, truly pray this has been a beracha, a blessing to you and an encouragement. We're all going through something, whether it's persecution, whether it's trouble on the job. It could even be, tension at home with children or with a spouse. But, put it in His hands. I'd rather put all of my worries, all of my cares, all of my concerns in His hand than in my own hands or in the hands of somebody else who I know is going to fumble it like a football. So, will you trust Him with a spiritual mind to take care of your circumstances? Or are you going to continue to look at your circumstances in the natural way and continue to worry and fumble and drop the ball? I hope not. I hope you'll turn to the Father. Put on that spiritual mind. Read the Word. Talk to Him about it. Let Him know what concerns you. There's nothing too small or too great for Him to handle. Again, I hope this has encouraged you. If you have any questions or prayer requests or comments or anything like that, leave them below. Or if you have a private prayer request, send us a prayer request. We'll definitely pray with you. We thank you again for your prayer and financial support. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. And again, we thank you for all of your support. We need it. We're believers like you, going on this same journey with the Father like you. So we need all the prayer we can get. And again, we thank you for your financial support. If you have any speaking engagements that maybe you'd like us to come and attend, or if you have like a home group or something you'd like us to share with you, please do contact us and we can definitely talk more about that. Share, like, and subscribe if you would. We appreciate all of our subscribers. And we appreciate you sharing this out with as many as possible, because again, it's not about myself, my wife, or my children. It's not about this ministry. It's about Him and getting the word of encouragement that He gives to us out to each of you. So remember, put that spiritual mindset on everything, all of your circumstances, and watch Him work many, many miracles through you and in your life. Until next time, stay humble. Shalom.